Good day, dears! Today we will cook Pancho cake with you. Let's start with making a chocolate sponge cake. So, we will need 200 grams of flour, 40 grams of cocoa powder, 10 grams of baking powder, 200 grams of sugar, 120 milliliters of milk, 80 grams of odorless vegetable oil, and 6 eggs. Mix the dry ingredients in a bowl, flour, cocoa, and baking powder. In a whipping bowl, break the eggs. Add a pinch of salt to balance the taste, sugar, and whisk until very dense and light. To this state, you need to beat eggs with sugar. The trace from the corolla should not spread over the surface for a long time. The eggs need to be beaten very well. Now we sift the dry products in 2 steps. Be sure to sift. Firstly, in order to saturate the flour with air, and secondly, cocoa powder is very prone to clumping, so these lumps must be broken up and sifted. Carefully stir in the dry food from bottom to top. When the mass has become homogeneous, all the lumps of flour are broken, pour in the milk, preferably at room temperature, and carefully mix. Then we sift the second part of the dry products. When the mass has become homogeneous, take about 2 to 3 tablespoons of the prepared sponge dough and mix with vegetable oil until smooth. Then we return all this back to the biscuit. Carefully stir in with a spatula. Once everything is combined, it's enough to knead. Next, cover the baking sheet with baking paper and pour out the dough, spread it evenly and send it to bake in an oven preheated to 180 degrees. Bake in the upper-lower mode without convection for about 18 minutes. You can check the readiness with a toothpick. It should come out dry and clean. The finished biscuit will feel a little springy to the touch. We leave the sponge cake to cool. We will prepare the sour cream ourselves. For the cream, we will need 300 grams of sour cream with a fat content of 20% and 400 grams of cream with a fat content of 30 to 35%, as well as 130 grams of powdered sugar. Beat cold heavy cream with powdered sugar to soft peaks, then add cold sour cream. We no longer use the mixer so as not to overdo the cream. Using a spatula, mix gently until smooth. We will collect our Pancho upside down. Any medium-sized bowl will do. First, we cut a circle of cake according to the size of the bowl as shown in the video. It will serve as the bottom of the base of our cake, and we will place it at the very top during assembly. Then cover the bowl with cling film and cut the rest of the sponge cake into small cubes. Now we can start assembling the cake. We throw the biscuit cubes into the cream and take them out with a spoon or a clean hand with a small amount of cream. It is not necessary to completely roll these cubes in the cream. By the way, the sponge cake turns out to be simply amazing. It is very delicate, very fragrant, and not dry at all. You can use walnuts and a banana for the filling, but I didn't use them today. When we have almost reached the top of the bowl, we spread a little cream on top and finish it all in with a round sponge cake, which in the end, when our cake turns over, will be the basis of our cake. We tighten the food film and put it in the refrigerator for 6 hours, preferably overnight. That's the kind of Pancho cake I got. Thanks for watching the video. Be sure to make the easiest cake according to my recipe. See you soon!